Hi guys, this is Box3, and today I want to make this video as a behind the scenes video of my two last favorite animation shorts, Fergus Ferretson Nut in Line and the Pawters Wait. And I'm gonna tell you guys everything, how it began and how it became an animation short. So are you ready? Well, too bad, you're gonna enjoy it like it or not. For Fergus Nut in Line, I just made a comic strip way before I made it into an animation short. It was a comic strip that was back in 2023. I made it when I was around 20 years old. It's about when Fergus just asked Willie what is he up to, and Willie just waiting for the store to open to get his free nuts. And no, I'm not talking in the sus way. I'm talking about like actual nuts, treats, foods. And after Willie responds to Fergus, Fergus just responded back to Willie that he already missed that opportunity. And then Willie got really raged by the end of the comic strip. And I thought it's very amusing that, I doodle that down, because Willie's so addicted with nuts. Nuts! 2 years later, I remake that comic when I started to make more comic strips of Fergus. And it's the same trilogy, when Fergus asks Willie how's he doing, and Willie just respond that the reason why he's here just to get, the free nuts to be opened by the store. But I changed the lines a little bit, to make it more sense. And by the end of the comic strip, Fergus says he already missed his opportunity, and Willie just, got rage. The same trilogy, but a little bit changes with the lines that I wrote, by their speech bubbles, if you can really tell the difference. By 2026, that was released on February 14th, I decided to make a animation short based on the comic strip, and I just thought it's pretty fun that I, bring it to light in animation. And so I did make an animation sketch based on the comic strip. Like, Insane Trilogy, the lines are different. Like, they never said the same thing from the last two comic strips. It's just that, when Fergus saying, like, "Hi, Willie, what happened, dude?" And Kaylee, if you're watching this, please don't make fun of me that I'm trying to do a voice impression of Fergus, since you're the voice of Fergus. And Willie just respond that he's just trying to be the first person in line to get the new Flamin' Bites peanuts, which that never mentioned from the last two comic strips. Like I said, I make the changes for the animation skits, to make it more satisfying than the last comic strips that I made for Nut in Line. And so Fergus told Willie that he missed a calendar, that they're not supposed to be open until tomorrow, but Willie just lost track of a calendar that he asked Fergus, "Is today's Tuesday?" And Fergus says, "No, it's Monday. Tomorrow's Tuesday." And so, after Willie just heard Fergus's response, he just said the same line of "Mother Nature!" just like the last two comic strips he said before. And so, Willie just calms down for a bit, and he said he's going to come back tomorrow. And then Fergus says, "It happens." Because it's really true. The main reason why I created that comic strip, it was based on my life experience that I had every time when my mom says that she thought today is Wednesday, but I told her like today is actually Friday, but we already passed Wednesday. Now I'm just gonna talk about the Pawters Wait episode. So basically, it was based on a comic strip that I was in the first semester for my college, and one of my friends who's in charge with the daily newspapers for students, and he asked me that if I could make a comic strip after I applied to be a comic strip writer. And I worked on a comic strip for the Pawters, and it's just about Makai and Polly just came back as a comic strip after I just released Polly just chilling on a chair until she heard a doorbell from the doorbell episode that's also based on a comic strip. And so I just made a comic strip one more time with Makai and Polly's new designs than what they looked like before back in 2025 when they first published on the internet. And so I showed him the comic strip, and he said that's not what he's looking for. And that's how I just started to bring Dream Homies into the comic strip weekly. And so a few months later, I remake a comic strip into animation short. And so I did make a little bit changes about, with the characters saying the lines than what they said in the comic strip, more entertaining than how it was before. And so I made some details, like, with the hours later, minutes later, I got that inspiration from SpongeBob SquarePants, and they were just waiting in line, and not waiting in line, they just were waiting on the sidewalk until the mailman came in to get their package. So it's actually just, kind of the idea from the episode when SpongeBob and Patrick had to wait for their toy for hours. And so Patrick decided to leave, but SpongeBob just wanted to stay and just be a jerk to all his friends that he can't do it, like to have some time with them or looking after them, taking care of his own pet, because he's just waiting for the mailman a whole entire day. And even later then, Patrick just came by and SpongeBob started yelling at him and saying like, he wants to knows if there's something important, because he doesn't have time with Patrick's foolishness. But Patrick just responded to him that he missed his own birthday party. SpongeBob missed his freaking own birthday party. Like, wow. SpongeBob, you just wasted your whole entire day to wait for your toy. Like, bro, you couldn't just leave and come back and just get a note from the mailman saying like, sorry I missed you, I'll get your package later. Like, come on, SpongeBob. But I still love the show. It's my huge inspiration. SpongeBob's the reason why I became an animator in the first place, and also to Steve Hillenburg, who is also my hero. And so after I released the Pawters Wait cartoon short, it actually became very popular only for like a day, and I was like, I couldn't believe how far it goes, and to see how grow it gets with all the views. And I just want to thank you guys so much, even my production crew, for giving a lot of support for the show. And I gotta tell you that's the reason why we keep making the Pawters episodes every single time when we got enough time, by the time it gets done. And for Fergus, there's more opportunity for Fergus too. And again, thank you guys so much, and thank you for watching this video when I get to tell you everything for what I do and how do I get the ideas for the episodes. And I'm just absolutely glad you guys love it, because that's our goal, is just to bring you joy to every one of you all over the world. And thank you guys so much for watching the video, and glad I get to tell you all the details of how to make it behind the scenes. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.